let's start with that nice exhale. Fill up. And see that I'm expanding all the way through my core. I'm holding it firm and then out on a hiss. Exhale. Fill up. Hold it firm. Out on a pulse. Nice. Let's try it on a pitch. Exhale. Expand. Hold it firm. And out on one long E. Hold it there. Let's bring it down on the pitch. Same thing, have nice supportive breath control. Exhale. Fill up, expand. Hold it firm. Now through this whole workout, because we're gonna be doing chest voice, I want you to really let that rumble, let that vibrate all through your clavicle, all through these bones of your sternum. It's gonna feel a little weird if you're not used to singing chest voice. Don't be scared of it. Let's add some pressure. Let's just get that breath working. Exhale, fill up. Exhale. That's it. Right here, we're gonna take our bubbles. And if you have a hard time getting a bubble, you can just do all of these on a hum. But we're gonna try to do those bubbles. Take a small breath when you're starting and make sure that you're using good breath support. So exhale, fill up, hold it firm. Going to go as low as we can. It's okay if you can't get the sound out down there. We're just going to try to get that going. Got it. Don't hurt yourself, don't strain anything. We're just trying to get those vocal folds into shape. One more if you can. Take a second and let's make sure there's no tension here in the jaw. So let's try to just massage that mandible. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Stick your tongue out as far as you can. Let's try those bubbles. And then just to really make sure that we're releasing all that tension, let's have those bubbles be with your tongue out of your mouth. And then on a pitch. Chest voice exercises. I'm going to bring them up into the break. I'm going to bring them up into the mix. Hi, I'm so glad everyone's here. I'm gonna bring them up past where we're used to thinking about the chest voice, and we need to stop anytime we're feeling any kind of tension here in the larynx or here in the jaw. So that tongue out, raspberry or lip trill or whatever you want to call it is a really great one to do. If you start to feel any tightness, take a second and just stick that tongue out and then go back to those lip trills again. Okay, quick little flexibility right here on the break. So make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed and it's not moving. So check with your thumb. Tongue only. So when you isolate the tongue like that, what happens is we don't rely on changing the angle of the chin to get that chest voice. We're just going to keep it nice and relaxed in a nice neutral position, set here comfortably on your spine, and everything nice and in line, stacked from head to shoulders to hips. One more of those. Keep that jaw nice and loose. So what you should be feeling is vibration that's happening in the roof of your mouth. And you are going to feel some sensation in your throat, and that's totally normal. We don't want to have tension, but sensation is normal. We have to have vibration, especially in the chest voice. You may also want to just stick your hand right here on your chest, right on the very first note. I'm feeling it. So if you're a soprano and you struggle getting your chest voice out, we're going to use that to try to find where it actually is and use your chest voice, not your mixed voice, not a cheat of your head voice. Here we go. One more for me. That's right. And keep that nice neutral jaw. One more starting in the break. Where we would normally mix, because we're going to do a little bit of that today. So same exact thing, and I just want you to keep the pressure nice and light. I don't want you to bring anything up with the chin. I don't want you to have any kind of heavy belting pressure, because remember, we're still just warming up. Feel it right here in the cheekbones. Now lighten up. And use your head voice, and we're going to go all the way down past where our chest voice would normally happen. Let's isolate it, because we really want to feel the difference between the head and the chest for the exercises we're going to be doing. I want you to feel like it's floating. Add an H at the beginning. both parts of your register, your head register and your chest, because the pitch does not determine how you have to registrate that note. You have the choice. So if I take a note like this is a G, I can do it fully in head voice. I can do it fully in chest voice. And I can mix it. They all have slightly different timbre, slightly different resonance, but we're talking about isolating and controlling how you do it. It's really important, because if you were to come down out of a high phrase to end on that G, you want to stay in head voice all the way through. If I'm going to come out of a low phrase, I want to stay on the chest voice. Yes. Albert is asking, the E resonates behind my nose. Is that correct? Yes. Sometimes people call this the nasal mask, and it's all sort of part of the resonating apparatus that we have that helps to make our sound louder. All of these formants that happen naturally when we spin the tone into the cheekbones, into the skull, and even into some of the bones of the jaw and the sternum. All of those are resonators that amplify our sound, and for opera singers, it's what allows us to be able to fill like humongous concert halls with no amplification. So yes, we definitely want to feel that resonance. We want to feel it buzzing. We want to feel it vibrating all through that. Okay, so now let's do some chest voice isolations. We're going to start with a lifted E, not an H at the beginning. E. And now we're really going to feel it right here in the roof of the mouth, in that soft palate. E. Now staying in chest voice. That's right, fully chest. See if you can do one more. If you're feeling any tension, pause. And I'm using this gesture that's kind of like a fountain. I'm trying to imagine that my voice is going up and over and forward and out and hitting this point on the back wall. So I keep the tension out of my throat. All right. If you're having a hard time getting that sound, we think of the chest voice as an extension of the speaking voice or the calling voice. So we can use, one of my tricks for belting is to say, hey, 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 but we can also use words like yo, yo, or yeah, yeah, to get that sound. So we're gonna try using a yo. A little higher. Right here. Yo, 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 yo. And I want you to explode each one of those. Yo, 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 yo. 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 Yo, 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 yo. One more. Yo, 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 yo. Now, right where we just were. Same exact thing. Let's switch over to that yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Using a nasal kind of ugly sound is a great way to access that nasal mask and all of those resonators that are going to keep the tension out of your throat, off of your larynx. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we want to have that wide, smiley, yeah, 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 mouth shape, but the jaw is not going to get involved. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now, if you start to feel lightening up on the top, I want you to avoid that. Keep it strong. Keep it in the chest voice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hear how all of mine match. Make sure yours do. Try it. trick that I love. You can put the side of your thumb, and it has to be at a lateral angle like this. Huh? Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's gonna keep everything in the chest voice. You can use a cork too, or anything that's kind of, what is this, an inch diameter. So you're just gonna try to put that between your teeth so you can keep your mouth at that like marionette mouth opening. Try it now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so now these exercises coming up are gonna be a little bit difficult. I don't want you to feel bad if you can't get them on the first try. Remember, all of these videos go up on IGTV and they stay on my Facebook feed, so you can access them at any time and keep working at it. We're gonna start with on an ah, ah, but we're gonna use chest voice on the bottom, head voice on the top. Ah, ah, so you're in control. Ah, 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 ah. So what you should feel is vibration that's happening here in the clavicle. Vibration that shifts to be here in the cheekbones. I'm using a big change in my pressure as I go so I can demonstrate, but yours may match a little bit better. Okay, so now let's do it with a little bit more speed. Switch to a bigger arpeggio. Let's try it so that we're belting on the bottom or chest voice on the bottom. Ah, 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 ah. And we're just in control all the way through that trampoline. On an ah, ugly ah. Two more of those for me. Last one. That's it. Now we are going to reverse that. We're going to do head voice on the bottom. It's going to feel very light and breathy and a little bit out of control. And then we're going to go to that chest voice on the top. Taxi. So now we're nice and warmed up. I want you to use that t and the taxi to explode that a vowel. Taxi. Yes. Anytime we can use what we call stop plosive consonants. T, k, p, b, d. Anything that kind of explodes out of your mouth. We want to use that to launch our vowels. Taxi. Taxi, taxi, that we can get a nice balance between both of those having the same volume. Damn cat, 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 damn cat. Now as we go, we are going to go down and back up to the same exercise that we started with. And now that we're nice and warmed up, we're going to use our forward calling voice. Hey, 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 hey. Na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na. So having that forwardness that's going to be a little bit nasal because of the na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na. It's going to help us use these resonators rather than our throats. We're going to take it all the way up across the break. Stay in your chest voice the whole way. This is going to help strengthen our belts. Na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na, ni, na. And try using a nice quick breath. Na, to get that nice sound out. Na, ni, na, ni, na, ni. It's important, first of all, to get that sound coming out, to make sure that you're getting that hey, oh, hey, yeah, yo, to get that strong sound to come out. So if you need to use a speech start to get that power going, that's the first thing, to get the power going. But also to not be afraid when you're working to use those nasal sounds, because that's how you'll carry it up, and then over time, changes into that has a nice sound because you're going to change the rounding of your mouth. So all of these exercises, take them through and then flip them around. See if you can do those trampolines. Head, chest, head. Now flip it around. Make sure you're drinking lots of water because your vocal folds, which are normally nice and straight, are going to be low and sort of fat because they're trying to get those low notes out. So we have a lot of pressure that's happening between them as they're making contact, which can make them get fatigued very quickly. That's why you start to get sore after belting if you're not doing it properly. So making sure that you're checking for tension. You're going to warm up and warm down with those bubbles and those lip rolls. And then you're going to drink lots of water before, during, and after your workout when you're working on your chest voice. All right, you guys, go out there and get some singing done.